Welcome back to the channel. Valuable Coins HD states, the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This isn't just any penny. This small copper coin carries a fascinating backstory, unique features, and a value that might just blow your mind. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, stick around because this coin has a story that's worth every cent and then some. Let's start by stepping back into the early 1950s. The United States was in a post-World War II era, experiencing rapid economic growth and significant social change. It was a time when everyday objects like coins reflected more than just monetary value. They embodied national pride, resilience, and history. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, with its distinctive wheat stalks framing the reverse side, had already been in circulation for over 2 decades by 1952, serving as a symbol of American heritage and craftsmanship. This penny, minted in 1952, features the classic profile of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse side, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate Lincoln's 100th birthday. The reverse side is equally captivating, adorned with 2 wheat stalks, a design that was used until 1958. The wheat ears symbolize prosperity and growth, perfectly capturing the spirit of the era. What makes the 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny truly special is the mint mark that it bears. Mint marks are small letters found just beneath the date, indicating where the coin was produced. For the 1952 penny, the main mint marks to look for are D for Denver and S for San Francisco, while coins minted in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark. These mint marks are key indicators of rarity and collector interest, often playing a significant role in the coin's value. In terms of production, millions of 1952 Lincoln Wheat Pennies were minted, making it a common coin to find in circulation. However, the catch lies in the condition. Over time, most pennies have been handled, worn down, and lost their original luster. That's why finding a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny in pristine, uncirculated condition is a rare and exciting opportunity. Coins that have preserved their original shine, sharp details, and clear mint marks are incredibly sought after in the numismatic community, but rarity and condition are just part of the story. There are also fascinating varieties and errors associated with the 1952 penny that can dramatically boost its value. For instance, some coins exhibit double die errors, where the details appear doubled due to a misalignment during the minting process. Others might have repunched mint marks or unusual die cracks. These unique characteristics make each error coin one of a kind, elevating its desirability among collectors. Collectors particularly prize these error pennies because they offer a glimpse into the minting process and the quirks that occur behind the scenes. Every flaw tells a story, turning a simple penny into a collectible treasure. If you ever come across a 1952 penny with unusual markings or anomalies, it's worth having it examined by a professional. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny also represents an important period just before the penny's design would undergo significant changes in the coming decades. After 1958, the wheat ears on the reverse were replaced with the Lincoln Memorial design, making these wheat pennies a symbol of a bygone era. Now, let's talk about the big question on everyone's mind: how much is this coin worth? If you happen to own a 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny that is in exceptional, mint condition, especially one with a clear and rare mint mark or a unique error, it could be worth an astounding $295,000 United States dollars. Yes, $295,000 for a coin that originally held a face value of just 1 cent. This mind-blowing value shows just how much the numismatic world treasures rarity, condition, and unique history. The 1952 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just pocket change, it's a priceless slice of American history that can transform any collection. Today, we're zeroing in on a truly special piece of American numismatic history, the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny. At first glance, it may look like your everyday penny, but this little coin has a story to tell and a value that might just astonish you. So, grab your magnifying glass and let's take an in-depth journey into the fascinating world of this iconic penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny, introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday, has been a beloved coin for over half a century. The 1945 issue comes from a time when the world was still recovering from the turbulence of World War II, and America was stepping into a new era of peace and prosperity. The coin's wheat stalks on the reverse side symbolize not only the country's agricultural roots but also hope and abundance during challenging times. The year 1945 is particularly significant. It marked the final year of World War II, and the nation was experiencing massive social and economic changes. Every coin minted during this period carries a bit of that history. The 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny isn't just currency, it's a miniature artifact of resilience, endurance, and a nation's hopes for the future. One of the first things you want to check when looking at a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is the mint mark. Mint marks tell us where the coin was made. For the 1945 pennies, you might find a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all, which indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. These small letters can dramatically affect a coin's rarity and value. While millions of these pennies were struck, it's the condition and unique characteristics that separate a common penny from a collector's treasure. The vast majority of 1945 pennies you'll find have been circulated, showing wear from decades of handling. But when a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny is preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition, it becomes a rare and valuable piece that collectors seek out fervently. Beyond condition, what makes certain 1945 pennies exceptionally valuable are the minting errors and variations. Sometimes, during the coin-making process, mistakes happen: double dies, off-center strikes, repunched mint marks, and more. These errors make coins one of a kind. Collectors treasure error coins because they are not just currency, they are pieces of minting history that reveal the fascinating imperfections in mass production. For the 1945 penny, one of the most intriguing varieties includes the double die obverse, where details such as the date and Lincoln's profile appear doubled. Such coins can be incredibly scarce and bring in top dollar at auctions and private sales. If you ever come across a 1945 penny that looks unusual or shows doubled images, it's worth getting it professionally examined, because you might be holding a numismatic jackpot. Another interesting note is that 1945 pennies, like others from the 1940s, were made primarily from copper. However, wartime shortages in earlier years led to some pennies being minted in steel in 1943. This contrast adds another layer to the 1945 penny's story, marking it as part of a transitional period in U.S. coinage. As we explore the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny, it's important to remember that collecting coins is about more than just monetary value. It's about connecting with history and the stories embedded in these tiny pieces of metal. Each scratch, mint mark, and design detail tells us something about the era it came from and the people who used it. So, what's the bottom line? If you happen to have a 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny that is in exceptional, uncirculated condition, especially one with a rare mint mark or a notable minting error, it could be worth an incredible $298,000 United States dollars. That's right, $298,000 for a single penny that once only bought a loaf of bread. This staggering valuation is a testament to the passion of collectors and the timeless allure of coins like the 1945 Lincoln Wheat Penny. It's a reminder that sometimes, the most unassuming objects can hold extraordinary value and stories. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your collection or tucked away in an old jar, the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny. This tiny piece of copper might seem ordinary at first glance, but once you uncover its story, history, and the unique qualities it holds, you'll see why collectors around the world are absolutely obsessed with it. Get ready for a fascinating journey into one of America's most cherished coins that could be worth a fortune. Let's begin by stepping back to 1948. The United States was in the middle of an era of recovery and growth, emerging strong after the challenges of World War II. The economy was booming, families were expanding, and the spirit of optimism was high. In the world of coinage, the Lincoln Wheat Penny had already been a beloved fixture for nearly 4 decades, symbolizing tradition and American pride. This particular penny features the iconic profile of Abraham Lincoln on the front, a design first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth. The obverse side reflects not just a president but an era of hope, determination, and progress. Flipping it over, you'll see the famous wheat stalks framing the coin's reverse side. These wheat ears are more than just decoration, They represent prosperity and the rich agricultural heritage of the United States. The 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny carries more than just historical symbolism, it carries a story written in its mint mark. Mint marks indicate where the coin was produced. D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mint mark at all for coins minted in Philadelphia. This small letter can be a key to unlocking rarity and value. While millions of pennies were produced that year, the scarcity of certain mint marks, combined with condition and unique features, can make a world of difference to collectors. But what truly makes the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny stand out is not just the year or mint mark, it's the incredible rarity of finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition. Most pennies from that time show wear from decades of use. To come across one with its original luster, sharp details, and no signs of circulation is like finding a needle in a haystack. These well-preserved coins are the holy grail for collectors, fetching high prices in the market. Beyond condition, there are fascinating minting errors and varieties that add an exciting twist to the story. Sometimes during the minting process, errors occur, doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or misaligned strikes, which create unique coins that are one of a kind. For the 1948 penny, some error coins show double details on the date or Lincoln's profile, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after. Collectors are drawn to these varieties because they tell a story about the minting process and the quirks that happen behind the scenes. Owning one is like having a piece of minting history, a coin that stands apart from the millions of standard pennies. Another interesting aspect is that the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny comes from a transitional era, just a decade before the wheat design would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse in 1959. This makes wheat pennies from the late 1940s a cherished window into a distinct chapter of American coinage history. Now, for the big reveal, how much could a 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny be worth? If you have one in flawless, mint condition, possibly with a rare mint mark or unique error, it could be valued at a staggering $300,000 United States dollars. That's right, $300,000 for a penny that once bought just a penny's worth of goods. This astounding value underscores the incredible passion and dedication within the coin collecting community. It's a testament to how history, rarity, and condition come together to create something truly priceless. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive into the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny. If you enjoyed this detailed look at one of America's most iconic coins, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay updated on more rare coin discoveries and fascinating histories. Remember, sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest stories, and the 1948 Lincoln Wheat Penny could be your next treasure worth $300,000. Happy collecting, and I'll see you in the next video.